You were watching Book of Atlantic and being a casual synth when you heard something break downstairs. You were almost done with the movie, so you decided to wait until it was done. It was about 30 seconds before it was done when another thing broke. I swear to God if it's Lizzie. You named your cat after Elizabeth because she was a total badass, and your cat knew how to fight for food, so you thought it was appropriate. You walked to the sound and saw Lizzie hissing at you. What are you... You turned around to see a black figure and glass flying at you. You've gotta be kidding me, you said before everything went dark. You opened your eyes hoping to see a hospital of some type, but it wasn't. It was dark. Where the hell am I? You thought, wait, is this hell? Then you felt around you. It was a box. Wait a second. Nope, I'm in a coffin. Shit. You deadpanned and then tried to open said coffin. It wasn't suffocating, so you concluded that you weren't in the ground just yet. You did open it, and again it was dark, but there were a few candles. Then laughter so loud that it sounded like it knocked something down outside scared the shit out of you. As the door opened, you saw a sapphire eye looking straight at you. Then there was another gaze on you, and it was the butler's, which you now realized was there. And then another one, even though his eyes were hidden behind his long silver hair. Now it was awkward. I'll just go back in here, you said as you put the coffin door back. Though it was muffled, you heard the little one, who sounds strangely familiar, yell, Undertaker, why the devil are you keeping a live person in there? That really sounded like Ciel Phantom Hive. In my defense, I really thought they were another one of my guests. Undertaker? Sebastian, go get them out, the Ciel sounding voice said, and you could have sworn that you heard the yes, my lord thing. Your coffin door was lifted and you saw Sebastian smiling at you. Holy crap, Sebastian's staring right at me. And why am I... Oh, fuck. You thought and realized that you were now in your favorite anime. Sorry, dear. Undertaker giggled, but you knew that he didn't mean his apology. Sorry for this maniac. Ciel growled and shot him a glare, but he just kept giggling. No, it's fine. It's weird as it was kind of comfy in there. You shrugged and hid in your sweater a bit more. Aw, I'm glad you think so. Anyways, what's your name? Ciel said and came towards you a bit, and instinctively you stepped back. Wonder, he said and moved to Undertaker. Yes, dear? He grinned. He saw how close you were to him now, and he stepped back with a tiny blush. Master, why don't we take them with us and... Nope, I'm good! You yelled and jumped behind your idiot that you like to call him. Sebastian just looked at you. Are you sure? They both asked, and you nodded quickly. Okay then. Now about the case. Ciel said, and you tried to figure out when in the timeline you were in. Just out of curiosity, but is this the Jack the Ripper case? You moved out from behind Undertaker and sat down. Yes. How did you know? Ciel asked, and you realized what the heck he just said. I heard what you were talking about from inside the coffin. You nervously laughed. Ciel nodded and then side-glanced to Sebastian as if to say, keep an eye on them. He smiled back, and then they started talking about the case, but you already knew it was Grell and Madame Red. After Ciel and the butler left, there was a noise. A noise that was your stomach, and you remembered that you hadn't eaten in, like, forever. He laughed and went to the back. He took this chance to look at stuff. It looked way better in person than on a computer screen. He did actually have jars of humanist items. He came back with a plate. You knew exactly what was on the plate, but you kept your excitement down. He set the plate down and watched you. You slowly reached over and took one of the biscuits. Thanks, Adri. You stopped yourself, and you saw him get serious. How did you know that? He asked with a curious tone. You honestly thought he would be pissed off at you, but he wasn't. I assumed? Your voice failed you. You're not from here, are you? He sang, and you tried to find words. Yeah. You dropped your head but grabbed another cookie. He suddenly got really close. You squeaked. What you doing? You asked, and you can see his green eyes through his bangs. Wanna tell me? You smirked, and you tried your hardest not to back up and fall on the floor. He noticed this and sat next to you. Just as you were about to explain, you heard a meow and some scratching. Undertaker looked and got up to open the door. Lizzie bolted in and jumped into your lap almost immediately. Lizzie? They got you too! You practically yelled and cuddled your cat. What's that supposed to mean? Undertaker cut in. Us. You drew an imaginary line across your neck. Oh, okay. He giggled. He smiled a bit and really hoped this wasn't all a dream. And to your fantasy luck, it wasn't. It had already been a week and you were besties with Mayrin and Elizabeth. But when she asked why your cat was named Lizzie, you had to come up with an excuse. You had to make up a lot of those. You didn't know how it happened, but you were at the Phantom Hive Manor, weeb moment, with everyone else having a sleepover that Lizzie, so you didn't confuse them, proposed. All the dudes had fallen asleep, so that left the three of you with weird talk time. You had played a game where the winner of rock, paper, scissors had to ask the loser a question. You lost to Mayrin, and the two smirked at each other. I regret ever agreeing to this, you thought, and waited for their torture. Do you have anyone of that in that head of yours? She giggled and you knew exactly what she meant. Lizzie giggled like a maniac and you whined. Fine. You smashed a pillow in your face. Well, let's hear it, Lizzie said. Fine. There is a person, you mumbled into your pillow. I don't think that they're gonna be specific. The two girls giggled and started looking around the room. Well, we can at least say it's not Ciel or Sebastian, Lizzie thought aloud. Or Finny, or Bard, and definitely not Lau. Mayrin joined in. Then something clicked. Undertaker? They whisper yelled and you wanted to crawl on the pillow and never come out. Cute! Lizzie squealed but stopped herself when nearly all the people turned. You should go tell him, Mayrin said, and you knew you couldn't escape them. Fine, I'll do it later, you stated, pulling your blanket over you. You better, they giggled while you flopped to the side. You kept thinking about what happened the night before, even after you went back to Undertaker's place. Something wrong, dearie? Undertaker snuck behind you and scared you again. No, he said and moved to the coffin that you claimed. Alrighty then, he giggled. You never got tired of his laughs. You thought about all the ways you could possibly tell him that you liked him, but one stuck out the most and seemed the most effective. It was a pretty stupid idea, but in the situation you were in, with a person from a different dimension, you'd figured he'd get the hint. You rolled yourself out of your coffin and walked up to him. And then you jumped on his back. Dearie? What are you doing? He sounded really confused. Shut up, you mumbled and then gently hit him. He realized and reached up and moved his bangs out of his face and looked at you clearly. I like you too, dearie.